श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम ओम सहनाववतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति शांति शांति. So yesterday we saw नामधेयान्वये च न विभक्त्यर्थो द्वारम नै इवादि अर्थ अन्वये इव. So for the namadheya anvaya, the syntactic collection of namadheya etc., the meaning of the vibhakti is not the means. Why? Like in the case of nai is a negative compound, and your iva means like. So in these places you don't actually connect it with the pratyaya. You connect it with the dhatu. The negation is for the root word, not for the declension. Tena matvartha lakshanam antarenaiva jyotishtoma shabda vata iti anvaya labha. Therefore, because of this, without resorting to the matvartha lakshana jyotishtoma vata, instead of jyotishtoma vata, what we do is jyotishtoma shabda vata, the one which is called as jyotishtoma. Is there a usage like that? Yeah, there is the usage like that. That's a kavi prayoga. There is a usage of the kavi people, the poets. What is that? Himalayo nama nagadhi rajaha iti. Himalaya means nagadhi rajaha, one who is the king of mountains. Okay. Himalaya nama van ityartha. Himalaya nama means one which has the name of Himalaya. That is the idea. Even iha प्रभिन्न कमलोदर, and here also प्रभिन्न कमलोदरे मधुनि मधुकरः पिबति इत्यादौ अगृहीत संगतिक एकपदवती वाक्ये. In a statement where the idea is not clearly established, it says प्रभिन्न कमल उदरे. प्रभिन्न, different kinds of kamala. Kamala means lotus. Udare means its womb. In its womb, in its stomach, madhuni madhukarah pibati. Madhuni means honey. Madhukarah, something, madhukara. Pibati, it drinks. Something drinks honey from the stomach of the lotus. What is that something? Madhukara. What does madhukara mean? Madhukara means madhu karoti iti. That will become the lotus. So we interpret that madhukara means honeybee. So the honeybee drinks honey from different lotus wombs, lotus stomachs, or whatever that is. So ityado. In this place, we don't know the sangati, the connecting syntactical connection is not understood, but still we somehow manage to understand the meaning. Iti padavati vakye madhukaradi padam swarupenaiva bhasate. So the madhukara, we don't interpret it in some way. In its inherent state, we understand it like that. Namadheyavat na artham upasthapyati. Like namadheya, it does not establish another. Madhuvata shabda namna, like that, no. So we just directly connect it to the madhukara. Prag agrihita sangatikatva. Because we see, for something to be connected, interpreted, implied, we need to have a prior knowledge of that, a general knowledge. So since we don't know this earlier, we have to directly resort to that word अतएव instead of implying etc. अतएव madhukara shabdavachyah ityapi lakshanaya na anvayah. That is why that which is called as madhukara, in this way also we are not using the implication to understand the meaning. Why? Shakya jnana purvakatvat lakshana jnanasya. The implied knowledge is dependent upon the word meaning, knowledge of word meaning. Okay. So स्वरूपतस्तु शब्दे भाते वाच्यवाचक संबंधः पश्चात् कल्प्यते संसर्ग निर्वाहयति. So when you understand there is a word, then with reference to the word meaning will be easily connected. The word and the word meaning can be easily connected. For the anvaya to take place, for the syntactical connection to take place, we have to imagine, Okay, see what is here? There is this lotus and its stomach, and there is honey and it drinks. So there is everything here, only the drinker is not there. So you understand the madhukara word to mean the honey drinker. Simple. That is how you connect it. So he says tatra tadayam vakyartha. This is the meaning of the statement. Meaning of what statement? Jyotishto mena sarvakamo yajeta. That is the statement. But in Shabdi Bhavana, using Shabdi Bhavana and Arthi Bhavana, we establish that very statement in a different way. We understand that very statement in a different way. How? He says, Jyotishto me namna yagena swarupam ishtam bhavet. Swargam ishtam bhavet. Through the yaga called Jyotishtoma, through the yaga named Jyotishtoma, desire, the object of desire, the object of your desire, which is heaven. Bhavayet, desire. Swargam ishtam. Ishtam is object of desire. Your desire now here. Okay. So this is the idea there. Iti. Katham itya apeksha. How do you understand this? So katham akanksha. Kena kim katham. So katham akanksha, when that is there, Shruti Linga Vakya Prakarana Sthana Samakshyabhihi Samavayika Aradupakaraka Anga Grama Purtya iti. By using these Shruti Linga Vakya etc. We always say it as etc. because we have not seen anything else earlier. We saw Shruti, we saw Linga, we saw Vakya. Linga through the third case, etc. Dadna, etc. Third case Linga. Okay. Shruti, Agnihotram Juhoti. Okay. Now Vakya Pramanas are there. So we already established that for the Shruti goes into application directly. For the Linga, you need to imagine a Shruti and enter into the application. For Vakya, you need to imagine Linga, and then after that you need to imagine a Shruti and then go into application. Therefore, there is a delay. That is why he says Samavayika Aradupakaraka Anga Grama Purtya. By connecting the dots, Aradupakaraka means to perform the activity to make it shorter, since it is distanced by some missing links, which is the previous thing. This is a part of sutra. Shruti, Linga, Vakya, Prakarana, Sthana, Samakshani, Para Daurbalyam, Artha Viprakarshat. That is the sutra. So in the Shruti, etc., the later, para means the later, is a Daurbalyam, is weaker. Why? Artha Viprakarshat, because it is far away from the goal. With respect to Shruti, it is directly taking you to the application. It is taking you easily to the goal. Shortcut. But with respect to the later ones, you need to imagine all the previous ones. Therefore, there is a delay in application. That is why he says, with all the group of this, you have to understand the katham. Iti like what? Iti Vikrito Prakativad iti Upavandena. There is this rule. Prakritivat Vikriti Kartavya. Like the natural, the general karma, the transformation karma also. Like there is this Agnihotram Juhoti. Okay. There is Agni Karya, some Agni Karya. Now, the sutra, the Shruti gives another injunction of performing the karma, same karma for sun. Performing the same karma for sun. But this is a karma for fire, not for sun. Agni, not for Aditya, Surya. So what? I don't know how to do. So what you do is, like in the puja, we have for puja a general rule. So only the deity or the object of worship changes. According to the object of worship, you change the Namaha, etc., the salutations. That's all. Otherwise, the puja is same. So similarly here, in the place of Agni, wherever you use Agnaye, then Namama, wherever you use Agni, you have to change it to Surya. Suryaya, then Namama, Suryaya, Swaha, etc. So that is the idea of prakritivat vikriti kartavya. That is the rule there. Along with that, endowed with that, nitye. And in the with respect to the daily routines, there is also some clauses which are escape routes. If you ahar ahar sandhyam upasita, it is said you have to perform daily. But while I woke up today morning, I was very sick and I could not even get up from my bed. How will I perform the agnihotra karma? Okay, not the sandhyavandana karma. Impossible. Okay, so after a particular age, you cannot sit on the ground to perform the sandhyavandana karma. Why? Because the achamana, you have to do it in between two thighs, janor dvayor madhye, like that it is said. No, I cannot sit, so I cannot squat. So how will I be able to do achamana? So after age, I will have to keep, I cannot sit down, so I have to sit on a chair and place a table and do the achamana. Okay, now that is okay. I am able to sit and perform the sandhyavandana, so I am doing it. Now after a particular age, I will not be able to do that also. I will be lying down in the cot and I can chant the mantras. Instead of performing the kriyas, I will be only chanting the mantra. Mental karma it will become. That's a powerful karma also. Only for people who are incapable of doing it physically, it is useful. Not for everyone. Since I said powerful, oh, I will do it in the bed itself. No, that is not right. Okay, so that is allowed. Now I am not able to do that also. Like for agnihotra karma, I am not able to do because after a period of time, I am sick and I am old. I cannot do anything. I don't even remember my name. How will I be remember all these mantras? So what will I do? So now I will appoint a person as a representative to perform for me. That is also possible. That is why he says nitye yatha shakti iti upavandena. So for the nitya, the daily routines, how much ever possible, according to your strength, according to your power, you can perform it. And mukhya labhe, when you cannot perform the primary duty yourself, then pratinidhayapi, you can use a representative instead of yourself and you can make him perform the karmas. Iti yavat nyaya labhyam tat puranam. So this is what the is yavat nyaya labhyam. Yavat yavat jeevitam agnihotram jyoti, etc. The rules, right? So until I am alive. So based on that, until I am alive, how will I do it? I can either do it myself or I can appoint somebody else. Yavat ayuhu. एवं च यागस्य स्वर्गावच्छिन्न भावना करणत्वेन स्वर्गकरणत्वं करणत्वेन च साक्षात् कर्तृ व्यापार विषयत्व रूपम. So since yaga is a instrument for the object of desire, and because if it is, which is the object of desire is swarga, so it becomes an instrument for the swarga. And since it is an instrument, therefore it becomes a possible activity performed directly by the doer. So therefore kriti sadhyatam shruti shrutyarthabhyam labhyate. So this kriti sadhyam, this capable of me performing it, is gained through the shruti, etc. Now tad ubhayamapi na lingadi padavachya aprapte shastram arthavaditi nyaya. Because when the lingadi etc. is not there, then you cannot understand the meaning of the shastra. You have to have the ling, the vidhi, the injunction. Otherwise you will not be able to understand the meaning of the shastra. So that is why, that is what the rule is. Therefore he says yavat jeevam agnihotram jyoti, yavat jeevam, that is yavat, not yavat ayu. Ananvayat cha ishta sadhanamiti समासे गुणभूतम इष्टपदम स्वर्गकाम इति समासांतरम गुणभूतेन स्वर्गपदेन कथम अन्वियात् इष्ट स्वर्ग साधनमिति. So ananvayatcha ishta sadhanamiti. So ananvayat, because it cannot be syntactically connected. Why? Because ishta sadhanamiti samase. Ishta sadhanam, in this compound word gunabhutam iti. The word ishta, the desired, is a guna. Guna means not the guna of guna. It is guna means gauna. It is secondary. The ishta is second. The word ishta is used in the secondary sense. Therefore, swarga kama iti samasa antram. After performing the compound word of swarga kama, swargam kamayate iti swarga kama. That's the compound word explanation. Okay, expansion. So swarga kama. After establishing this compound word, you have to associate it with the secondary word, which is desire. Okay, so swarga padena katham anviyat. So how can that be associated? Because already there is kama. Swarga kama ishta. How will that be connected? Therefore iti ishta swarga sadhanam. How can it be connected as ishta swarga sadhanam? There can be no possibility. Nahi raja purusho. No. There should be some way. No, I'll explain. Nahi raja purushaha veeraputra ityatra veerapada raja padayoho anvayo asti. So I cannot see raja purusha, king's person, veeraputra, a brave son. So raja purusha, king's person and brave son. Here the king and brave, they don't connect with each other, because it's one part of the word, of the compound word. And there is a rule in the Sanskrit grammar. That is what it is. Padartha padarthena anventi natu padartha ekadesheni iti nyaya. See, a word meaning is connected with another word meaning, not with one part of the word meaning. Okay, a partial word meaning. It should be connected with a complete word meaning. Therefore, karana vibhakti ज्योतिष्टोमादि नामधेय अनन्वय प्रसंगात and karana vibhaktyanta karana and the vibhakti, the instrument vibhakti, karana vibhaktyanta, that which has the instrumental vibhakti. Third case, jyotishtoma word, jyotistomena, it has third case, right? So this is in karana vibhakti. Okay, so namadheya ananvaya prasanga, that namadheya cannot be, jyotishtoma namadheya, which is in the third case, cannot be connected syntactically. Therefore ananvaya prasangadi doshascha asmin pakshe drashtavya. These kind of defects will be there in this position. If you take this position, etena ishta sadhanatvam anishta sadhanatvam kriti sadhyatvam iti trayamopi vidyartham iti apastam. So therefore we can negate right clearly that what is kriti sadhyam, what is with the meaning of vidhi. Meaning of vidhi means ishta sadhanatvam. It should be conducive for my well-being. Anishta ananubandhatvam. It should not be associated with any later troubles. And krisadhyatam, it should be performed. I should be able to perform it. That also should be there. So these three are the meaning of the injunction. What he said is also not right. Ati gauravad arthavadanam sarvatha vayarthyapatischa, because this is extending it too much. And if it is directly giving you the meaning of kritisadhyatva, that it can be performed through an action, it can be performed, then what is the use of arthavada, the extolling statement? Extolling statements helps you to gain that instigation, that inspiration. Now, if without getting the inspiration from that arthavada, if you are going to perform it, then the arthavadas will become redundant. The extolling statement will become redundant. Ata'eva, that is why kritisadhyatva matram vidyartham ityapi na. That is why only the kritisadhya is the vidyartha. The meaning of the injunction is to make you perform the. How can that do happen without the aid of inspirational statements? Iti bhavana karanpe. Why? Well, there is another issue also. That can be gained through the bhavana, arthi bhavana itself. Kim kena katham. through the kena, I can understand that. Kena yagena iti. So, since that has become useless, the vidhi cannot give only the kriti sadhyata. Alokiko vishay alokiko niyogahastu alokyatvadeva na vidyartha. Oh, no. The meaning of the vidhi is not something which you can understand in the worldly sense. If you say laukika means worldly, alokika means non-worldly. It is something which is non-worldly. If you say that kind of stupid answer, I can no one can say. Why? Because since it is not of the world, how can you understand that it is an injunction? Simple, right? So iti parakrantam chatra suribhi. This is all negated by the suris. Suris means the intelligent people. By people of wisdom, people of knowledge, the wise people, they have negated it. Tasmad ananya labhya lagubhuta cha prerana eva. Ananya labhya hi shabdartha. Meaning of the word is not gained. That's a sutra. Not gained through any other word. Purvamimsa sutra. And lagubhuta, simple, not complex ideas. That is what is the prerana. And that kind of prerana is a lingadi padavachya iti stham. That is the meaning of the injunction, which is gained through the linga, etc. What is the meaning of linga? The meaning of vidhi. Meaning of vidhi is it is not gained through any other means, and it is giving me inspiration to perform that, instigation to perform that. That's all. Pravartakam tu jnanam vakyartha maryada labhyam anyadeva sarveshampi vadina. And the one which makes me to perform that is gained through the vakyartha maryada, the limits of the statement and its meaning, etc., which everyone accepts in general. आख्यातार्थ एव च विशेषणतया भासते न धात्वर्थः न नामार्थः स्वर्गकामो वा इति च उक्तप्रायमेव. And it is already said that only the idea which of desire which is to be established there, that is the idea which you gain as the adjective there. It is not the dhatvartha, the meaning of the root word. It is not the namadheya, the nomenclature, or the desire for the heaven. This is already established. Tena, because of this, tena cha yaga anukula kritiman swarga kama iti tarkika matam purusha visheshyaka vakyartha jnanam upastam. See, we said purusha visheshnataya. Now, these logicians, they accept yaga anukula kritiman swarga. The swarga kama, the desire for the swarga is something which is conducive through the yaga. This is establishing the onus on the karta. That is negated. That's logician's idea. That is also negated. Sankshepena matam bhatam idamatro vaditam yadvaktavjam ihanyat tat anusandheyam akarat. Okay. So, I gave you a warning before the introduction to this 18th shloka that many of these ideas which are explained, whatever ideas you understand, that is good enough. You don't have to fret too much, because this is the specialty of Artha Sangraha, the Purvamimamsa text. You have to go through that text to understand whatever is said in this text, at least a semblance of it. So, Sankshepena matam bhatam idam atra upavaditam. Bhatam matam sankshepena idam bhatam matam atra sankshepena upavaditam. We have established the Bhata school of teaching here in brief. Okay, go on, explain more. Yad vaktavim iha anyata. Whatever is there to be said, explained more. Okay, go on. That he says, Tad anusandeyam akarat, that you have to know from other text. Akarat means different text, the other text. So, if you want to know deeper, if you want to gain the deeper knowledge of the vidhi and vidyartha, etc., go to the other text where we have, I have myself done it, and there are other people who have done it. So, that is the idea. Okay. So, with this 18th shloka is over. Idani. Jnana jnaya jnatru rupasya karana karma kartu rupasya cha trika dvayasya. So now the trika dvaya, the two types of trinities, which is a jnana jnaya and jnata, the knower, knowing, and the the object of knowledge. And karana, karma, kartru, the doer, the doing, and the done, whatever the means, or the job which is done. So, in this way, there are two trinities. So, for these trinities, trunatmakattam vaktavyam, we have to establish they are also of triguna. Here, guna means the gunas, the three attributes, sattva, rajas, tamas. They are of three types, sattva, rajas, and tamas. That should be established. Tadubhyam sankshipya trunatmakattam pratijanite. So, these two trinities, they should be established as a triguna. For that, he is beginning with this shloka. Jnanam karma cha karta cha trividhaiva guna bhedatah prochyate guna sankhyani yathavat shnutanyaphi. Jnanam karma cha karta cha tridha eva guna bhedatah prochyate guna sankhyani yathavat shnutanyaphi. Jnana karma cha karta cha. Jnana, karma and karta. Only three types. Tridha eva. Only three types. Guna bhedata. Because there are only three types of gunas. According to the three types of gunas, there are only three types of jnana, karma and karta. Prochyate. That is what it is said. Where? Guna sankhyane. In the text where the gunas are explained beautifully in those texts. Yatha vat shrunu tanyapi. I am going to explain that as it is. So listen to me carefully. Those things also. About those things also. Jnanam. What is jnanam? Pragvyakhyatam. Whatever we have already established. That is jnana, knowledge. Jnayam. Api atraiva antarbhutam. In that knowledge, jnaya is inbuilt. By default, when I say knowledge, it is also referring to the knower. Jnana upadhikatvat jnayatvasya. The object of knowledge, not knower. The object of knowledge. Why? Because the knowledge is the embodiment for the object of knowledge. Without the knowledge, there can be no object of knowledge. So, by saying knowledge, I also mean the object of knowledge. Karma, kriya, trividaha. Karma means kriya, activities. That is also of three types. Not with reference to the gunas. He says, karma sangraha iti, with reference to the gunas. Karma sangraha iti atra ukta. And trividha, karma sangraha. In this place, we have already established. That is, karma is kriya. Chakarat, with that cha, karma cha, with that chakarat, karana karma karakayoho atraiva antarbhavaha. The karana and the other karakas, they are all brought in this karma itself. Here, karma does not mean activity. It means activity and it does not mean the object of desire. Kartur ipsitatamam karma. That is not referred to here. It is karma means activity. So, all the other activities are brought in here. Kriya upajikatvacha karakattasya. Because what is karaka? Kriyanvayi kriya upadikatvam. Karaka means that which has association with kriya, activity. So anything which has association with kriya, activity is karaka. Karta kriyayaha nivrataka. Karta is also a karaka because he is the performer of one who completes the kriya. One who performs the kriya is karta, doer. Chakarat jnata cha. In karta cha, there with that chakara he also says jnata cha. He is also the knower. Kartuhu kriya upajikatve pruthak traigunyagatanam kutarkika brahma kalpita atmatva nivaranartham. See, kartuhu kriya upajikatve. Karta is the embodiment of the kriya. And we are separating him from the karta and kriya, etc. We are separating it and explaining it. Why? Here separating the karta from the knowledge and karta from the activity, etc. Why? Because the stupid logicians, kutarkika, the stupid logicians, the idiot logicians, because of their erroneous knowledge, they think that Atma is a karta. They think Atma is the karta, Atma is the doer and experiencer, etc. So for negating them, we say this. Te kartaiva Atma iti mantante. They say that Atma is the doer. Gunaha sattvajas tamamsi. What is guna here? Sattvik, rajasic and tamasic gunas. Samyak karya bhedena khyayante pratipadyante asminiti guna sankhyane kapilam tasmin. So, in which it is very clearly established. Khya prakathane, nicely saying, meaning beautifully established. In which it is beautifully established, that is what is called as guna sankhyana. The gunas where the gunas are beautifully explained, that is guna sankhyana. Where is it beautifully explained? In the Kapila Maharshi's Sankhya Darshana. Here it is refers to the Sankhya school, Sankhya philosophy. ज्ञानम क्रिया च कर्ता च गुणभेदतः सत्वरजतमो भेदेन त्रिधा एव प्रोच्यते. एवकारः विधांतरम विधांतर निवारणार्थ. ज्ञान क्रिया and कर्ता are only of three types, are said to be of three types only. That eva only is to say that there is no fourth type. To negate the fourth type we say eva. Okay. यद्यपि कापिलं शास्त्रम परमार्थ ब्रह्मैकत्व विषयेन प्रमाणम तथापि. See, some idiots, because many people, they study only Vedanta and start teaching just without knowing anything, without even meditating on, contemplating on what they have studied. They just know Vedanta. And because one Swami came to me and he said, when I say we teach in tradition the Sankhya Yoga, etc., and I teach all that, then he started saying, oh, they are all apramanika. What an idiot. How can I continue with any talk with him? Because semblance of intelligence, I don't even want an intelligent person. At least a semblance of intelligence should be there. And this fellow has blatantly accepted that he's an idiot by saying apramanika text. It is all not invalid text. We don't accept the Sankhyans, etc., to be invalid. They may be invalid with respect to the Atma, with respect to the Brahmatma Aikya, the knowledge of Vedanta. Whatever we say in Vedanta, that may not be there in Sankhya and other schools. But that does not make them completely invalid. Why? Because he says, Tathapi. Still they are not valid means for the knowledge of absolute self. Still, अपरमार्थ गुण गौण भेद निरूपणे व्यावहारिकं प्रामाण्यं भजते. They definitely gain this pramanika validity in the worldly sense with respect to the discussion of guna, gauna, etc. The guna and their character, whatever their creations are. With respect to that, they are definitely valid. Bhakshyamanaarthasutyartham gunasankhyaani prochate duktam. And to explain that whatever he is going to praise, he is going to praise this idea later, that a bit about the Kapila, etc. later. Why? For that, this is useful. But why is he going to praise them? To say, tattu tattvantareyapi prasiddham idam na kevalam asmineva tattve iti stihi. The praise here is, the idea which we are saying here, that all these are of Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic types. It's not just only we who are accepting this. It is also accepted in other schools to show that he is explaining. That is the stuti here. That is the praise here. Yathavad, yatha shastra. Yathavat means as said in the shastra. Shruno, shrotrum, savadhano bhava. Listen. Listen means be careful and listen to me. Tani jnanarthani. Tani. What does it mean? The object of knowledge. Whatever that jnana, etc., that I am going to explain. Listen to me very carefully. Abhishabda tad bheda jatani api jatani cha guna bheda krutani. And with the api, I am going to explain not just the gunas, but also whatever the effect of the gunas. That also I am going to explain. Listen to that also. Atra cha evam aponarukyam drashtavim. Therefore, this api, with this api, there is no repetition here. There is no defect of repetition. He is only establishing whatever is not said again. Chaturdashe adhyaye. Why he is saying that it is not repetition? Because Chaturdashi Adhyaya, in the 14th chapter, Tatra Sattvam Nirmalattvadityadina, Sattvam Nirmalatvad, with this, Gunanam Bandha Hetutva Prakaraha Nirupitaha. We have established the gunas are the cause for bondage. The gunas are cause for bondage. This was established in the 14th. Why do we explain that? Because Gunatita se Jivan Muktatva Nirupanaya. To establish the Gunatita, the Jivan Mukta, one who is beyond the gunas, to understand the one who is beyond the gunas, you have to understand what gunas are. Without understanding gunas, how can you say I am beyond the gunas? So, to understand that. Saptatashe punaryajante satvikaha devaha. Now here, I have to say something. We'll come to that. Saptadashe yajante satvika devan ityadina. And in the 17th chapter he said, again repeat, he came to this guna subject and said that these sattvic people, they worship these deities, and in this way gunakrita trividha swabhava nirupanena asuram rajas tamasoham parityajya. And by establishing that this is what the Rajasic Sattvic people do, and he also explaining the how the Rajasic people and the Tamasic people do, he explained that that is Asuric quality, demonic quality, which we have to give up, and Sattvika Aharadi Sevaya Devaha Sattvika Swabhava Sampadani, and we have to acquire the Sattvic quality by performing the food eating habits, etc., according to the Sattvic quality. That he said, ityuktam. Yatu swabhavato gunatitasya atmanah kriyakaraka phalasambandho nasti iti darshayitum. Here, in inherent nature, this gunatita is not definitely associated with any type, in any way, with any of these gunas. To show that tesham sarvesham trunatmakatvam eva na rupantaramiti. So all these are trunatmaka, and there is no different forms. That is said here. The kriya karaka, etc., are of trigunas, and they are not different from them. That is said here. Yena atma sambandhina syaditi, and because of which it can become, if it is a fourth type, then it can be associated probably with the atma, because only three types are negated. But since there is no fourth type, it cannot be negated. This is the specialty. This is the idea. Now, yesterday I got a beautiful example. I was cutting vegetables. Yesterday morning I was cutting vegetables. I had this chef knife, so which I bought some time back. So I was using that to cut yesterday, and while cutting I was thinking about its sharpness. It's not too sharp, it is okay sharp, that's all. And there is another knife, they call it as Damascus knife or something. Damascus knife. It is more sharper because they use multiple plates and beat it and heat it and beat it, and they make it in such a way that it's sharper. Sharpest knife. They are very costly. Okay. Now, what is the sharpest object? See, when compared to my other knife, this chef knife is sharper. When compared to this, Damascus is sharper. So what is the sharpest at most? When I was thinking about this, while cutting vegetable, I was thinking, and I suddenly realized the sharpest is, because what is sharpness? Sharpness is that radius or diameter, whatever they call it, that edge related whatever thing, that is what a sharpness means, right? So if the edge is not, the radius of the edge is not lengthier, then it becomes flat, it is not sharp. So the more it becomes it converges, it is sharp. So what is the limit of this convergence? So while thinking like that, I understood that the ultimate possibility is an atom or a quark. Okay, that is the ultimate possibility that you can break down and you can converge. That is the limit. You cannot converge more than that. Now, that is the sharpest object, a thing made of quarks. Okay. Now, this thing which is made of quark cannot be used to cut or pierce or anything. Whatever job you do with sharper things, like a knife or like a needle or things, you cannot do anything with the sharpest object. Because similarly, the Brahmagyanis, though they are made of these Panchabhutas, they are not, and the karmas, they are not tainted by the karmas, etc. Okay, this is one. Another is, since I was thinking about the sharpest, I was thinking about the grossest also. What is the possible thing that can be grossest? The diameter or the radius or whatever that is, it should be more and more and more and more. What can be the utmost limit? Utmost limit is this whole universe. So the universe is an association with everything. Like a flat object, a non-sharp object, a flat object, you When you cut, it will be pasted on top of that flatness. Similarly, this whole universe is associated with everything, like the ignorant person. So the knowledgeable person is like the sharpest object. He is not tainted by anything, nor is something gets associated with him. But the ignorant person is like the grossest object. He is tainted and it is completely associated with everything. So normally we give an example of Nalini Dalagatavat. Nalini Dalagata Jalamati Taralam. In Bhajagovindam, Bhagavan Bhashyakara says, like the lotus leaf water on top of lotus leaf, it's so fickle. It will not stick to it. It will just roam here and there. So that is the example we give normally for explaining the Brahmagyani state. But this is a new example, new way of seeing this. So I immediately said that. So here you have to remember that he is beyond the gunas, because though he is in gunas, he is not associated with any of them. Evam ज्ञानस्य कर्मणः कर्तुश्च प्रत्येकं त्रैविध्यं ज्ञातव्यत्वेन प्रतिज्ञाते. So we have already declared pratignya. We have declared that we are going to explain the three types of jnana, karma and karta. Okay, now pratham jnana. So what are you going to take first? Suchi kataha nyaya, which logic you said, first needle or the pan, which are you going to make? So he is saying pratham jnana traividhyam, we are going to go in order of the order. So jnana traividhyam nirupayati. First he is establishing the knowledge trinity. Trivihi shlokehi, through three shlokas. Knowledge Trividya here is a sattva, rajas and tamas attributes, the three attributes of knowledge. Tatra advaitavadinam sattvikam jnanamah. And the knowledge of Advaitins are sattvic, and knowledge of other people are rajasic or tamasic. So that is what he says. The sattvic knowledge of Advaitins, that is said in the first shloka. Sarvabhuteshu yenaikam bhavam avyayam ikshate abhivaktam vibhakteshu tatjnanam vidhi sattvikam. Sarvabhuteshu yena ekam bhavam avyayam ikshate abhivaktam vibhakteshu tatjnanam vidhi sattvikam. Tatjnanam vidhi sattvikam. Know that knowledge to be the sattvic knowledge. What is that knowledge? Yena, by whom, ekam bhavam avyayam sarvabhuteshu ikshate. One existence, changeless existence, he sees in every being. One who sees the changeless existence in every being. The abhivaktam vibhakteshu, one that which is not limited, the unlimited in all the limited. Vibhakta means limited, differentiated means limited. Avibhakta means unlimited. So the unlimited in all the limited, one who sees that is sattvic knowledge. So avibhaktam vibhakteshu sarveshu bhuteshu avyagrata hiranyagarbha virat sanyeshu bija sukshma sthula rupeshu samashti veshtyatmakeshu. In all the beings means right from the avyakrita, the unmanifest, the ignorance, to the hiranyagarbha, to the virat, etc. Meaning from the causal, the subtle and the gross bodies, in the samashti and veshti, in the collective and individual bodies. Sarveshu iti aneneva nirvahe bhuteshu iti anena bhavana dharmakatvam uchyate. Though with sarva, every, already all the beings are included. Again he is explicitly saying bhuteshu to say that all these which have existence, to show that all these which have existence, he says bhuteshu. Tena utpatti vinasha shileshu drishyavargeshu. By that bhuta, by that which has existence means that which has creation and destruction. Whatever you see, perceive, the drishya. Vibhakteshu paraspara vyavritteshu. Vibhakteshu means that which differs from each other. In that nana raseshu, that which has different qualities. In them avyayam utpatti vinashadi sarva vikriya shunyam. That which is changeless, transformationless, in the form of creation, destruction, etc. All the transformation are negated. where that kind of state, adrishyam, that which is not seen, perceived, avibhaktam, that which is not divided, separated, split, avyavritam, sarvatra anusyutam adhishtanataya. Not separated, not differentiated in with these all words. We have to remember the example which we said. Sutreshu manigana iva. Like the thread is intertwining, connecting all the beads. Similarly, the self. Once I say, oh, now you said it is not differentiable, and now you are saying it is differentiable. Why? Because the thread is different from the bead, and bead is different from the thread. Simple logic. So, to remove your this ignorance, he says, adhishtanataya, badha avaditaya, adhishtanataya as its substratum. We are not talking about the intertwining, etc. We are talking as its substratum. Meaning, badha avaditaya, beautiful word. Badha avadhi. Badha avadhi means the limit of negation. So, you can negate not this, not this, not this. Where you will not be able to negate, that is the limit of negation. The substratum. So, cha ekam advitiyam bhavam. That one non-dual existence, paramartha satta rupam. That which is the absolute existence, absolute reality. Swaprakasha anandam atmanam. This self-effulgent, blissful self. Yena antakarana parinama bhedena. One, through his transmission in the mind, akhandakara vritti. It's a transmission of mind, right? So, through that, how did he gain that transmission of mind? Vedanta Vakya Vichara Parinishpannena. Through the Vedantic inquiry. And how did he be, how was he able to do that Vedanta inquiry? By having performed the Shravana, etc., and gaining the prerequisites, etc., he is able to perform that Vedanta inquiry. Through that, he gains that thought function, akhandakara vritti, and that thought, because of that thought function, akhandakara vritti, ikshate sakshat karoti, he gains the immediate knowledge. Tad mithya prapancha badhakam advaita darshanam satvikam. And that knowledge, which is the negator of the illusory creation, that non-dual knowledge, that is a satvikam. Why is it satvikam? Sarva samsara uchchitti karanam jnanam vidhi. It is cause for destruction, annihilation of all the samsara. That is why it is called as sattvika. Dvaita darshanam tu rasam tamasam cha samsara karanam na. The anything other than this, anything other than non-dual is dual. So the philosophy, dual philosophy, whichever philosophy establishes the duality, they are all either in the class of tamasic or of the rajasic. And they can't destroy the samsara. Satvikam iti abhipraya, na satvikam. Only satvika can remove it, and not the rajasic and tamasic. They are not rajasic. Rajasic or tamasic are not satvik. This is the idea. We will see this. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.